Hey guys, it's Cesar,
And I'm Carla.
and welcome to another episode of Carla and Cesar's Modern Life.
Episode 53.
Episode 53, that's right.
That's a year and one.
Exactly. If you listen
It's
to
worth
one
of
a week.
episodes, yeah.
So we're back with another episode. This is going to be our last episode of 2024. And today, December 28th, that we're recording this, is our 9-year dating anniversary.
A
So happy 9 years.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah, that was our first official date at Chapter 1 in Santa Ana, California. So
Shout out.
If you have Chapter 1, sponsor us. And yeah, that's when we've been counting, our dating anniversary, December 28th, which is also your friend's birthday.
Shout out, Kathy. Happy birthday.
And yeah, how do you feel?
I feel good. I can't believe I don't know what I expected 9 years to feel like, but it just seems like it's like flying by. And yeah.
I feel like this year the whole 9 years of our relationship, we've been growing as a couple. I think this year was like a lot of growth in the last year, particularly as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm happy to be here.
Me too. Yeah, I think that I obviously always knew and like always reciprocated like unconditional love. But I like this year really was like, oh damn, I really am loved for like fully me. And so that feels really good. So thank you for that.
Of course.
And not that it took 9 years, but it really like sank in on a different level, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just feels good to know that I'm fully accepted for who I am. And I feel like not everyone, I don't know, like it just feels like I just feel like happy and loved. So thank you.
I feel the same way. Yeah. I'm very happy and I love you a lot. I love you
Thanks,
so much.
Thanks. Love you too.
Yeah, we didn't do much today. We've been trying to record for the past week, but we've been sick, slowly recovering. The holidays, we're able to see our families with mask on, but it was just because we were just
keeping
bad.
our distance. Yeah. Caesar got sick on the 24th and then I got sick 23rd. On the 25th. Oh,
23rd.
But really you were like felt it on the 24th the most. Yeah. And then I got it right away, right after. It was kind of like, I knew it was inevitable because,
Yeah. And so now we're recovering and today we just, you worked and I worked, but we just ate some dinner and we're recording.
Ate some delicious The Habit.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to sponsor us as well.
I think the reason I think we're both taking it slow is because we're going on a trip in January. Are you going to talk about where we're going?
Yes, we're going to Cancun to Dina and Michael's wedding.
Our friends are getting married in Mexico.
It's both of our first time in Cancun.
Yeah.
And we're excited. It's both of our first time at what is it called? A resort?
Yeah, it's all inclusive.
All inclusive. So. Yeah. So we're excited about that. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited for warm weather.
Our next episode will probably be about that because at that point, yeah. And then what else? Oh, and then your birthday's coming up on January 8th.
Yes, right before that. Yeah. So between now and the wedding. But back to the wedding, I just wanted to say that I'm so excited for them. Like I knew that Dina has like a vision for her big day. I mean, so does Michael, but I'm like excited to see it all come together and to just be in a beautiful place with beautiful people and partying it up.
I'm very excited.
So shout out to them. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us, and we'll definitely be there. Shout out to my mom for helping us too.
That's right. Shout out Rosario. She's what is it? She's gang. But yeah, and then my birthday, I'll be 36. Didn't know what I expected to feel like at 36, but I feel good. Excited to just see like more personal growth and development in myself over the year and just see what more life has in store for us. And
likewise, yeah.
Like I could not have imagined that this year like Baby Groot would have changed our life so much. I'm like, dang, like what else can happen?
Yeah, if you don't know about Baby Groot, listen to the last episode. We talked all about our cat that we adopted this year.
And leave us a comment if you're watching this so that we know.
If you have a cat.
If you have any comments, we'd love to hear. Yeah, we are newly obsessed cat people. I mean, I'm obsessed. I don't know about you, but I am
obsessed. Yes.
Yeah, just so changed by Baby Group in the best way, I think.
Shout out Baby Group. So yeah, man, you have some notes about your year. I just have some mental notes that I want to talk about. I think I have kind of a looser thing, so maybe I'll just go first.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is just I've kind of had have a lot of ups, like a lot of good things that happened, like grew, and then just the stuff we've done this year, like it was just fun. I there's one major thing was losing the studio. So if you've seen like our past episode and even the Ariana Grande video was at the studio, and I always recorded the story, but we never published it in any of the videos because we would always not publish that episode. But yeah, so I had a studio, and then we ended up losing it in April due to like stuff that was beyond like my control. So it wasn't like we didn't like it did anything not wrong necessarily. Just kind of ended up, we lost it, and so it sucks because we had like a cool place to record, and with the Rodriguez show, with the radio show that I do, we did do a lot of cool stuff.
You had cool setups.
Yeah, and so it was in April that we stopped recording there. At that point we never gave up. We went back to Hits 101 Radio and still kept recording stuff there. I just took it as a year, like I did at the beginning of 2020 when we had to like change the show. Essentially, like, what can I do to make the show better? And so I just invested in equipment and stuff like that to take the show to the next level next year, because in 2025 the Rodriguez show is going to be 10 years old.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I just, it was a year where we did a lot of cool stuff with the Rodriguez show. I mean, we still got to 101 videos published this year on that channel.
Congrats.
A lot of those are Mondo's mixes, but a lot of those
are
also,
blow up.
Yeah.
A lot of people watch those. Shout out Mondo.
Shout out Mondo. And a lot of those are interviews or performances that we did. So I'm very proud of that work that I did with the show. It just sucks about the studio, but like, you just roll with it. I mean, we only had it for 4 months and we were doing good before it.
And you learned a lot.
Yeah, learned a lot. And I mean, now it just makes me hungry to go get like my own spot. So, because we did share it with a few people and they were all great people. It was cool to be in a creative place like that.
Yeah.
Because they would be making music upstairs, and we'd be recording our show downstairs. And sometimes I'd be doing a podcast with people and stuff like that. Like just random people meeting and networking was cool. But yeah, so that was my but the low was at that point. And then basically everything else that I did was a high point. Like, can't even think of it. We just had a fun year.
Yeah. You went to therapy.
Oh yeah, therapy. I forgot to talk, because we did record an episode that we didn't publish for this, but that was supposed to be this one. I talked about therapy and how I started going. I think it's September. And every week I would go on Thursdays, and it really did help me with like the way that I think, and it helped me feel good about going forward with like the tools that I have to deal with certain things. So like the holidays are kind of tough because I mentioned this before on the show, that it's like the beginning of January was when my dad passed away, and I have a lot of memories of his last like holidays with us, and they weren't like, it just makes me kind of sad sometimes. But so sometimes the holidays, especially because it happened at a time when I was like in high school, so I was already kind of growing out of like Christmas, and then to have that kind of combined with my dad passing away around that time, it kind of made me like lose the magic of it altogether. But not like in a bitter way. I was like still celebrate it, and I still enjoy it, but it's just not the same. I think just because it was like such a like going from a kid to an adult, like around 17 into 18, like it all was so quick. So the magic of like Christmas kind of wore off after a while. And so now that I'm in therapy, like I'm finding it a little bit easier to deal with the feelings that come with this time. Because it's always going to be like, there's always good things that are going to happen, like even getting to see my family during the holidays. But like there's just like a hint of like sadness or like that melancholy that comes with that this time of year. But my therapist and I, we worked through a lot of stuff together, and so that was cool. That he said that I had the tools to like, that he believes in the fact that I can keep doing this without having to go to therapy. And so by the end of January, I'm going to be graduated from that, essentially.
Nice.
So that does feel good to get to that point and to know like a lot of the solutions are in my, like I already have the answers. It's just a matter of like, okay, you're going to do it, or you're just going to keep going into the same pattern. And I'm sure that's kind of what you were going to talk about as well, is like falling into the same patterns. Because at the end of the day, like you can be self-aware and like, and that's what it comes down to, is just being self-aware. It's like once you're self-aware and you know what the problem is and you have the solution, it's just, okay, you have to do the work now. And that's what it is, because you can talk about it all day in therapy, which I do, about whatever I think of, but it's like, okay, now that you're in the real world, like what are you going to do with the tools you have? So I feel like I'm good where I'm at now with that, and I'm excited to move forward. I think every year that passes, like we get the opportunity to learn more about ourselves, and like I learned about like friendships and stuff like that, and it's in therapy specifically. I learned about like how guarded I was with how I feel sometimes fleeting friendships can be, and so that happened where it's like you maybe I'm a little bit I come on too strong on a friendship or something like that, and so I'm trying to like not do that and not be so caught up in that, and just trying to be like, okay, we're all people trying to exist and try to do our own thing. Like even with the holidays, like I was like, oh, I want to see everybody, but then like, but they are also trying to see everybody themselves, so I can't be too harsh on my friends that can't make it, because they're also trying to see all their family around this time too. But yeah, I would say it was a good year.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, I think with like what we perceive as like bad, there's always something good that comes with it. And it's up to us to find it. And for the studio thing, like it was really cool to see you guys like grow and like get comfortable in that space. And then I think that I also credit your experience there as part of the reason why you became okay with the idea of adopting a cat, because you got to experience and like interact with a cat more often there. And yeah, I'm just really proud of like all the work that you're doing. Like I seriously like admire your dedication to like your craft, and it's like really admirable, because I know it's not easy to like prioritize, and sometimes like it takes a toll on like your health, and I'm proud of you for taking breaks when you need to.
Thanks.
And I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I am. And yeah, I'm happy and lucky that I get to witness it. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for being so open about how you feel about it too.
Yeah, of course. I'm jealous of your mind and the way that you can just like have your notes in your head. I have to take notes because I'll forget what I have to say. But anyways, yeah. So since last episode, I mentioned that I had listened to this book, A Changed Mind. I have since listened to it another time and a half. It's just so like reinforcing, and I feel like it just reminds me to like, it just really like sets things in for me that I need to like remind myself of. Like I still haven't started the 7-day challenge that it wasn't a challenge, but it was like start with 7 days of like, journaling and like the specific way that they talk about in the book, and then meditating. And I guess that's just like part of my self-sabotage. Like I just end up staying up late, and then I don't wake up early, and so I don't have time to like do the things.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, that's why I do the things at late at night.
Why?
Because I don't wake up early ever.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I was gonna ask you if you've been using the tools that the therapist.
I think so. Yeah, I think the one that I do all the time for myself is try to like think about how grateful I am or what I'm grateful for. That's like a general one where I don't really. It doesn't require much and it does make me feel better.
Oh, good.
And so
yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, especially when like it's a lot of negative self-talk in my head. Like maybe I'm going through something that day, and then I think about like what I'm happy about for today, or like what I'm just happy in general and about and then it makes me feel better. So
yeah, it's true. Like, because we do have a lot to be thankful for, and yeah, that's a really powerful reminder and practice. One that I could also get better at. My negative self-talk is pretty like ingrained in me, so that's like one thing that I keep having to like catch myself on. That along with like just different stories that I tell myself that someone is mad at me. Like it could be anybody. And that's one thing that I'm working on changing. And I'm getting better at like catching myself when I do that. That's one of the ways my mind is not nice to myself. Another way is like, actually having baby Groot has helped with this one. I feel like I'm it's easier to have self-compassion and practice like just being more kindly to myself, because I feel like I speak so kindly to Groot all the time that it has become more of my norm, and including in my own mind. So that's been great. So if that's something that anybody struggles with, like that could be a great practice, even if it's like a baby picture of yourself, or like it could be anything like really. But yeah, Groot has helped me with that. But yeah, I think that also goes back to like my being not super comfortable with like being vulnerable. So I think it's just a matter of time and like practice. Hi, baby Groot. And I think that that's one good thing to put on my goals for the next year.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Well, we got her to come out on the show.
Yeah,
Sorry,
finally. We have been waiting for the moment for her to be ready.
Finally happened.
But yeah, I agree that for me this year it was a lot of like putting things into perspective and like practicing more gratitude. In the last episode we recorded that we didn't release, I talked about just wanting to find like a more spiritual practice, and I don't really know what that's going to look like. I have gone to church the last couple Sundays.
Yeah, you talked about that in the last episode.
I don't know. Did it release?
Oh, I don't know if that was.
It might have been in the one that we didn't release. So I'll just, if you've already heard this, I'm saying it again. That I think I realized that for me, I need to, in my mind, I need to like have the solution or like the pathway. I need to know like how things are going to play out for things to work out the way that I want them to, or like envision for myself. And I realized that that's not how, because my mind will always find a way to like find like a reason why that's not going to work out. And so that's how I end up talking myself out of things.
Yeah.
And so I realized that even though I grew up with like religion and like going to church and stuff, it wasn't really anything that I aligned with. It was like I think it just didn't really resonate for me.
Yeah,
because it was more like fear-based rather than like faith-based. I really want to find what resonates and what's going to be like for my highest like growth. And like, you know, I think that it should, like there's so many different kinds for a reason, and you just need to find like what works for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Alex is coming with me to a different church this Sunday, and I'm excited to check it out. For me, like how you were talking about how you realize like how much of your life is in, like you're in control of your own life. I realized the same thing for myself this year. And I think that I'm looking forward to like continuing like being kind to myself, having self-compassion on this like road to like continual growth. And like just, I feel like that's going to go a long way for me, because I haven't consistently practiced being kind for myself for as long as I have. Like, I think for the last few months, like it's been the easiest for me to do that. And so I'm just excited to see where it goes. That's basically it. I think it was just another year of a lot, and I'm excited to just keep pursuing more of the same.
Nice.
The last thing is my book of the week or of the episode is I'm reading Eve's memoir, Who's That Girl? And I'm about halfway through, I think, and it's really good. Nice. I knew a little bit about her, just like basics. Like I knew some of her songs. She was big like in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah. So I was like in my like early teens, I guess. Yeah. And so it's cool to hear the stories of like what went behind like writing songs, and just her life is just so interesting. Nice. So it's just another reminder of like why you should just be vulnerable and open up, because you never know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of great books I just need to catch up on. I've been just listening to podcasts.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean,
interesting too. I'm excited about the ending of this year, and like I try to put not too much pressure on the calendar itself, but just the opportunity to be like, all right, in my head, just because I like the way math works, like it gives me satisfaction to start something fresh on a new year, just because it's 1/1/2025 or whatever. You know, it's like, okay, it's a new page. You know? Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, lately, for me, I've been kind of stuck in the past, kind of watching old wrestling. But I still, like, it's cool to me now to look back on that stuff, because it's like stuff I used to watch when I was younger, and I can still appreciate it for what it is. And it just makes me. And then we still keep up with like the latest in media too. And we're not watching TV all day every day.
Yeah.
But yeah. What are you looking forward to doing next year?
What am I looking forward to? More of this, more like episodes of our show, and just more following through on creative ideas, and just making more memories with baby Groot. And I don't know, just hopefully getting a Rivian.
Oh, nice.
We're speaking
Sponsor
into
us, Rivian, please.
Rivian, yes. Speak it into existence. Thumbs up. That's what's going to get him.
Yeah, I'll tell you one
You're
big
so
thing
cute.
I'm looking forward to is the fact that we're going to go see Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Hey, that's right.
Yes.
That's super exciting. Right after this, we're going to record our reaction.
Yeah, to SZA's deluxe album, Lana. But yeah, so I got us tickets to the very front energy floor at the SoFi Stadium. We're going to be at the floor of the SoFi Stadium.
I don't know who Cesar thinks I am, but he thinks I have energy. I like it. I like it.
If there's one artist that we're going to do it for, it's got to be for Kendrick Lamar. The last time me and you saw him, we saw him at Staples Center, and it was at the very front of the back section for the Damn tour.
That's right.
And then I went with my friend Jason, and we went
to
the back of the back section for Mr. Morale, and I was like, I'm not going to do this for Kendrick Lamar.
No. Yeah, that's... I mean, I feel like any artist, but for sure for him. I'm excited to be close, and it's cool because it's like he's in the center of the stage.
In the stadium, yeah.
The stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super exciting.
So yeah, there's not going to be any scenarios on this one. We will be recording another episode soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen our reaction for what is it called?
The Lana, the SZA.
No, the other one.
Oh, the one before. What was the last thing we did?
The Kendrick one.
Oh yeah,
GNX.
GNX.
Yeah, check it out. And if you're here from that, thank you. But yeah, leave us any comments. We'd love to make this more interactive and see like what feedback you guys have and like what resonates with you, what you want to hear more of. But yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.